time for Hat Bay, something we do here every Friday on TV3 Newday. Many of you keep sending us messages. Sometimes we sit and we sift through to see which ones we can attend to immediately because they seem quite pressing. Now, this morning, we have one of such letters which was thrown into a WhatsApp group that was forwarded to us that we want to take a good look at this morning. So the question we are asking, or the big question for this morning is, can trust be regained in a relationship after it is broken? Now, let me take my time and read through the letter that we have for this morning. And if you're watching alone, it's time for you to call your friends and family because this concerns everyone, especially those of you who are married. So let's take a look at the letter which says, Dear Sel, I am very confused and disturbed about my marriage. Let me take off my mask so that I can read, and then afterwards I can put my mask back on. Now it says, Dear Sel, I am very confused and disturbed about my marriage now because I don't know if I should divorce this lady or beat her till I can't anymore. I am married to a lady for the past 16 years and I have just been shocked with some revelations last week. What started as a beautiful union 10 years ago with 3 lovely kids has become a pain and stress for me in the last 6 years, and I am now tired. So, my wife has become too arrogant, disrespectful, and amongst all possessive and jealous. To be honest, I don't cheat, but rather take good care of her, but just realize she has become very controlling, maybe because I am too caring and respectful, which should be the case in every marriage. I was shocked when my daughter told me she saw mommy using something to cook for me separately, but she did not want to ask anything and she was wondering what it was. Now, so I decided to monitor her because she always prepares my food separately and special. So last week, I took her out for dinner, and after which we spent the night together as husband and wife. In the course of that happy moment, I asked her what she has been putting in my food to make it taste that good because my secret camera has captured everything. Now, to my surprise, my wife started crying and asked for forgiveness. And then the big confession. My wife said she loves me so much and doesn't want to lose me, so she has been using her menses to cook for me for the last 4 years. I vomited immediately after hearing this, and I just cannot think far. I feel like just killing this lady, and I don't know what to do. What are the spiritual and health implications of her act, and am I wrong if I divorce this woman before she kills me because I cannot trust her anymore? Please help. And this letter came from one gentleman called Kweku, and that's the confusion that has set in this morning. But I'm happy this morning because I have just about the right people to dissect this matter. One person you have seen a number of times on the show, especially on Fridays, Pastor Selassie Adai, Apostolic Empowerment Ministries. He is the head pastor. You're very welcome again.
Okay.
And then, yes, good to have you here. And then, I'm always like this when this man is around me. So he's my friend, he's my daddy, he's my big brother, he's everything. And sometimes my boyfriend as well when we take pictures. I mean, those of you who have been following my Instagram page, you've seen a few pictures with him and I, and sometimes I can't think far when he's around. Many of you call him George Lutrot or Counselor Lutrot, but I call him Uncle George. Good morning, Daddy.
Good morning.
Where have you been?
I've been around because of Abnakoko, and like the way you see sometimes my boyfriend, it could be a list, and be careful. But I've been around. I've been around, and I was just excited about the letter. I'm so happy.
No, but as I know, beside what did they have to do?
No, the way you say something, once you ask him what be started say, and check. No, I fire one boarding. And my name already is a name. But the way you say sometimes my boyfriend, Ghanaians don't understand that boyfriends don't kiss, don't hug.
Okay.
So they will think that you have given me opportunity to interfere in your psychological affairs.
Well, I am used to you like this, so it's okay. It's okay.
So she's my daughter, and I'm managing her as a daughter until she breaks her virginity. Let them know that one too.
Uncle George.
Okay. Yes, madam.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Very nice.
And good to have you here again.
I'm here.
Okay. So You've taken a look at this letter already, have you?
Very well.
Okay, and I'm going to go to Pastor Salasi first. Now, I picked something whilst reading the letter. They've been married for 16 years, but I think that the trouble started 6 years ago. And this man is saying, my wife is controlling, she's become very disrespectful, she is jealous, and then there was another word, and possessive. These are the 4 words he has used to describe the wife. And I'm asking, you've lived with this woman for 16 years. When you met her and you started dating, maybe started talking to her and started telling her what your intentions are, you wanted to get married to her and all that, didn't he see any signs of controlling, possessiveness, jealousy, and disrespect in the beginning?
Well, good morning once again to our viewers. There is a probability or possibility that the signs were clear, but he ignored it. But obviously, maybe around this time, it's more visible. Okay. Now he can really see that things are getting out of hand. But at the same time, people do change. Association do change people. Factors around us do change people.
Does time change people?
Obviously. So maybe it can be that the man, the signs were there, but maybe you didn't take notice, and now it's so obvious. At the same time, circumstances can change people. So you cannot, for me, that is not a point that, it's obvious. People do change with time. Circumstances change people. What people believe in do change. Certain people do influence people. So a lot of things goes into it. So it's not only about the fact that, the woman was not like that, and now it's like, no, maybe it was subtle. There were signs. There were little, but he could not just come to terms with it, and now it's so obvious.
Right. Uncle George, what's your take? Let me pick your mind on this letter first before I even get to the questioning.
Well, thank you very much. Cherish, good morning to our loyal viewers, and thank you very much for bringing me this morning. I think that if you want me to answer the same question you asked, I think his submission is okay. But we've made a mistake and we have to correct it. Okay. Pastors, counselors, leaders, we have lied to the people and we need to change it.
What are these lies?
The lie is coming from young ones like you who are not married. We lie to you that whatever you practice whilst you're not married can be seen in marriage, and that's a lie.
Break it down.
He was so caring. He picks my call when it rings. When I call her, she's just on the floor. She can't see me without saying, love you. After marriage, it's like I am now something else. We have lied to you that what you are experiencing now in talking jolly popcorn relationship can be seen in marriage. So when you carry that mentality of your singleness into it, you expect it.
Uncle George, but
the other way, let me tell you the other part.
But why can't it be seen in marriage?
Because you have not married before.
Isn't that what marriage is supposed to be?
Marriage is a new ministry. Marriage has what you have never seen before.
Point, but it's not necessary that we have lied to them. Because what shows that? Because
we have lied.
Maybe
I didn't say you. I said we.
Some.
We have lied to you, and now we are confessing. Change because
Uncle George,
where you are coming from and saying that
Uncle George,
was the person loses a red flag.
Uncle George, hold on a second.
Red flag.
No, but I don't understand. Then why must I get married then? If the gentleman I met a few years ago, after putting a ring on my finger, cannot pick my calls like he used to, cannot hug me and kiss me and honor me and do all that.
Any politician,
after we get married,
any politician, you still campaigning after election. Didn't win the election.
Uncle George,
it was rigged.
No, I don't agree.
No, agreement is not my sitting here. But
yes,
I'm saying that
but I don't
our problem is we have lied to you, and you can decide to continue in the lie. We tell you there are red flags. Red flags from where? There are no red flags. All the books are red flags are lies. I'm saying that the behavior, association, changes people. The way a wife behaves is not the same a girlfriend should behave. Let me give you this quick one. There are 7 women in the life of every man. As man of God is sitting here, there are 7 women.
I should ask him.
The first woman is a mother. Second one could be a sister. If your father knows how to give birth, then you have a sister. Then you have a cousin who is a female in the family. The next one is a wife. Who is a wife? A wife is somebody who have been married legally. And each of them have the way they behave with you and communicate with you. The other person is called a girlfriend, like a girlfriend who is just a platonic friend, nothing else. That's a girl.
But it's not every married man out there who has a girlfriend.
No, I'm not. No, that's a different. When I finish, you understand.
Okay.
We are telling the number of women in their life and the way they communicate, and we understand them.
Okay.
So that we should stop this red flag thing. So the other woman is called a girlfriend because there's nothing between us. The other party, who is also a girl in a man's life, is called a sex mate because they indulge in sexual intercourse. If you are a girlfriend, you are not a sex mate. And the other person is called a side chick who has legitimacy in marriage. It is the one that the married person is going out with you. So when you're going out with the married man, as a woman in the life of a married man, you are a side chick. And the other one is a baby mama. Where a man has impregnated, you have a child for the one. So every woman has a role, and each of your role determines your behavior and your thinking pattern.
Okay.
So a wife cannot think like a girlfriend, and a girlfriend cannot think like a sex mate. So be careful you don't act this thing. That is why you're saying trust broken, where I say red flags. There's no red flag.
Uncle George, I think
There's no red flag.
No. So, okay, so let me understand something.
Yes, madam.
Pastor Selassie, how so that if you and I are dating, I wake up every morning and I send you a text, hey, how are you? Have you eaten this morning? How is work? How is the office and everything? This is me. Or that's the person that you know. This is what I presented to you in the beginning. What is it about marriage that changes the equation?
Okay, so agreeing with some parts of what Counselor obviously saying, we cannot sit here and pretend a normal relationship is the same as marriage. No.
Okay.
For me, where I come from, I think that, you see, you marry somebody, you don't stay together. So there is no way you will get to understand the person like it's marriage. Maybe there's a way the person used to handle even his room, how he puts things together. You think, oh, when I visited, I was seeing certain things. But when you stay together, things change. So I think that, like where I said I agree with Counselor, the mentality with which most of us are going into marriage with, it's true. The counselors, the pastors, the role we are playing, we are not doing much. Because I think that we let people expect something so much. No, that is not the point. We have to understand that, you see, what is the institution of marriage? We are not saying that the man can still not be caring, the woman can still not be caring. But you see, as time goes on, in Korabe, Bemu, the pressures of life, so many things happen. So that man may still not be that same man, but you have to be able to adapt to it. Because like you say, you are now a wife. The role of a wife is obviously what? Different.
Okay.
So we still say that you can be caring, you can be whatever, but not clearly that the time I was not a wife, it's not the same time.
Fantastic.
And now my role must be upgraded.
Okay, let me just add to it. Do you know why people are fighting their mother-in-laws?
No.
Because they think that the way their mother-in-law is treating their husband is taking them from them.
Exactly.
But my mother, the way my mother treats me, my wife can never treat me that way. And my wife till I die can never be my mother. It's a mistake. If she becomes my mother, me, I will pack her things, I won't divorce her. I will take her to a family house and still married from that distance. So our problem is because we have lied to the people.
Okay.
So we are fighting people. Let's
All right,
understand
so
that you've never been a wife before.
Okay.
You've not been a husband before. So don't behave like one. If right now you are going to sleep over, go like that and practice a shower and come home.
Okay, one. Now back to the letter.
Okay.
So cooking your husband's food. Hey, Radit, it's so despicable. I cannot even imagine it.
Why?
Where did she get that idea from?
It's the direction, spiritual direction.
Okay, so this must have come either from a shrine, a juju man, or maybe from the church.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Pastor Selassie, where did this come from? There's nothing wrong with it, you said.
So thinking about
I'll
it.
come back to that.
So thinking about it, you see, I think that, but I was thinking one way, then the thought changed.
Right.
Yes, then. Our society, there is an influx, like spirituality has taken a different dimension. On social media, people are selling this. You can put this and you can, when you talk to counselor, he will listen to you. When you do this, your boyfriend will love you, padlocks, So I think that
And
based
perfumes
on,
and
exactly.
yeah.
So based on what we are exposed to today, people are practicing things.
So would it have been forgivable if she practiced any of these, all those creams and perfumes? I said all these creams and perfumes that they are selling. Would it have been forgivable if she used those ones?
So it could have been before Counselor
rather than her menses.
It could have been forgivable because you see, whatever you have referred to, did it put his life at risk? Somebody may say that, oh, the menses, but no, trust me.
Hey, but how?
Medically, it's not the best.
That's my next question. I want to understand the spiritual and the health implications of what this woman has done. Counselor, do you want to come in now?
In the first place, there's nothing wrong with what a woman has done.
I know you break it down.
Because you see, in this world, you protect what you have. Back again to a lie. The second lie I want to expose today. We tell people that you can protect your wife, you can protect your husband. It's a lie. And that is what brings us to the point where we want to do everything heaven on earth to protect them. As I sit here, my wife, happy delivery day to you. Thank you for making me a father. Now watch it here. My wife can never protect me till she dies. Never. There is nothing my wife can do to keep me. Nothing. In relationship, we lie to you that this and this are what you do so that the two of you can be together. Relationship is not about us. We want to be married. But to maintain the marriage, it is about me, the individual, my mentality in the marriage. That is why cheating is a personal decision. I don't cheat. I have decided not to sleep behind my wife. Not because of my wife. It's my decision. Maybe I'm afraid to go and lose erection in another place. That's why I'm not doing it. It's not because of God.
You're afraid to go and lose erection?
Yeah, it's a disgrace. Or I will underperform and they will laugh at my wife. These are my mind ideas. So it is about my personal decision.
Not because you want to be faithful as a man for yourself.
Cheating is part of marriage.
And for God.
Cheating is part of marriage. And if you are not married, you can't cheat. And God has made an antidote for cheating.
Selassie,
when you cheat, you can decide to leave the marriage.
Selassie,
let me learn so that Selassie will come. Beg you. Now watch it here. You see, don't be confused, girl. I'm still here.
Okay.
Watch it here.
Okay.
So when the lady goes to use menses to protect what her garden area, it's because we told her that this is yours. Protect it. Keep it. And nothing worked.
Then Counselor, you didn't work. Your point. No. It means that you accept that it's wrong.
No, I didn't say. I say it's right.
Why is it right?
So when I learned, you understand. It is right. Because we made her believe that this thing must be protected. She has used water. It was too light. She went to use perfume. The man goes out and somebody used other perfume. Menses are different. You have a personal menses. So when you use your own menses, it protects your own territory. And she was doing it for herself. And this man has eaten this food for 4 years.
Okay, now when this letter came up in that group, there was a woman who asked the question that, okay, menses because it's got to do with blood, right? Now, when married people have an intercourse, have a sexual intercourse, there's also blood exchange.
No, then, that's not true.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
Then how do they give birth?
No, so it's not blood.
No, but how do they give birth?
No, semen is not blood.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay, so there's
no blood. Anybody who tells you that when you have sex there's blood, they're lying to you. There's nothing blood.
So,
there's no spirituality about sex. There's nothing about spirituality.
Did you just say there's no spirituality?
You can have sex with 400 people. Nobody is stemming spirit into you. Please stop lying. There's
is there anything
there's no spiritual
can you back that up? Is there
no erection is controlled by spiritism. Erection is
Selassie,
natural.
I don't think you agree.
We've lied to people too much. There's nothing spiritual about sexual intercourse. My brother, my sister, listen to me very carefully.
There's nothing spiritual about it.
There's nothing. You can decide to create a platform of spirituality with your sexual life, but it doesn't mean sex is spirit. Sex is a physical machine.
No, I beg to differ.
Have lost their wives at home because
Pastor Selassie,
Shiribaba and their male organ is dead.
Pastor Selassie, come in here for me. I don't entirely agree with you that sex. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't agree with you that sex is not spiritual.
But that's what they told you.
There is some spiritual exchange.
From where?
Are you not a spirit?
Me.
You are a man and you're a spirit.
I am what?
You are a man and a spirit.
I am body, spirit, and soul.
Thank you very much. So then why do you?
Do you know why we used to have certain? Is this spirit we used to have certain?
No, it's
erection
physical.
Is a physical thing.
Yeah, but
there's nothing spiritual backing it. Like
Pastor
no pastor will have erected this function.
Okay, let's Pastor Selassie. So I am Pastor Selassie in Kasa.
I think that any way we look at it, what the woman did was wrong. There is no way you can use your menses. If even you want to protect, which like Counselor have said that you can't protect your husband, you cannot use that medium.
So what can she use?
Apart from you doing what you must do as a wife. Because you see, if you realize, the man says that, if what the man is saying, he said, I've been faithful. I've been caring. I have done my part that I should do.
Nobody has sent him.
So my point is that if the man is doing what he should do, why would you go to that extent after 16 years, but he started doing that for the last 4 years? Why would you want to? Cookie, trust me, you see, the influx of social media and the things we hear, the things we are exposed to, people are are just, the word is not coming. People are just eager or they are desperate
This
to
was
do
there before
anything.
87, so
No,
it came before
that's what,
social media.
no, I'm coming. That's what I'm saying, that you see, the ideas are now multiplying. This thing about menses and cookie, when we were growing up, in fact, we cannot be hypocrites that we've not heard it before. We've heard it before.
And it
that
was-
people
and it
say,
works.
and it was something that
And it's working.
if you've heard it, not, so that's what I'm saying.
Ah,
I have
no,
heard it
but
before,
hold
that
on a
people
second.
do.
Let me help you out. But what do you mean it works? I thought you said there's nothing wrong.
When you use menses and all this.
I know, but you said you cannot do anything
So
to
I'm
hold
saying
a man
it-
down.
so I'm saying
so
it
why are you
works.
now saying that it
Let me
works?
tell you
How
why I
does
say
it
it works.
work?
Let me explain to you why
No,
it
but you're
works.
contradicting
No,
yourself.
I'm not. You see,
you
you're
said
not
that
listening to
woman
me.
cannot use anything to hold the man
Thank you,
down.
but hear me.
But now why are you saying that the men's system works?
Cookie goes to get a spiritual direction, and hear the man speaking. I am loving my wife. I am caring for my wife. I am doing whatever I'm supposed to do as a husband. In the eye of the man, he's doing everything as a husband like me.
Okay.
But in the mind of the woman, what I went for is why he's doing what he's doing. So it's working. I go to church and they say, if your husband is not sleeping home and you suspect him cheating, bring a bottle of oil and let's pray. And you take a bottle of oil to pray over your husband's head. What's the difference between menses a bottle of oil? Number two, I want to use what will. Now listen, no, I am saying the woman is right in her thinking of protecting her territory.
So, Counselor, you
In
think
her-
there's nothing
there's
wrong
nothing-
medically
there's- oh,
for you to put menses in
medically,
some,
medically
into
as a medical practitioner, if anybody tells you that a cook menses has any infection or what, there's nothing wrong. If you cook blood, there's nothing inside. Master, even when you are leaking and you meet menses and you leak, nothing happens.
No.
Ask
I think
all the
that-
leak stories.
Counselor,
We meet
Counselor,
it and we,
no,
my brother,
this one,
don't act,
this one,
there's nothing
Counselor,
medical.
I know you have a medical background. So do
I wish we
I.
had-
There's-
So
tell
my
us the
point is
medical
that.
application. I want
So
to
my
learn.
point is that both
tell
of
us
us
the
have.
medical application. I want to learn.
But
I'm ready.
but beyond this, at least, Cookie, you can talk to any medical person.
No, tell us what you
no,
know.
but I'm trying to say.
A cook.
How do we
Counselor,
even pick up
Counselor,
gems?
please let him land. Please let him land.
Why do we even pick up gems?
When
And
it's
we're
not
trying to
cooked, it's
protect
gems.
ourselves.
When it's
Oh,
cooked,
Uncle
it's
George, let
meat.
him land.
Sorry, go.
Uncle George, please.
When it's not cooked,
You
it's
cannot
gems.
say the fact that the blood is cooked. Because you see, Counselor, if we endorse this openly,
We are not endorsing.
No, you say it's, there's
The
nothing
lady
wrong.
is not wrong.
So it's you're
That's
endorsing
her
it,
belief.
but that belief is wrong
For who?
for everybody.
No.
So is this belief able to keep this relationship together? Because now the gentleman is saying that I am so appalled. I want to beat her till I can't anymore, but I want to let this woman go. I want to divorce this woman.
Now, in the first place,
Yeah.
the daughter who told the father must be disciplined. Cookie, we are getting a lot of things wrong.
Must be disciplined.
How can
No,
you
but
go?
she just saw something.
No, you saw something.
in the kitchen.
Do you know who you should talk to?
No.
You saw mommy doing something with daddy's special food, and you have nothing to do than to go and tell daddy that mommy put something in your special food. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
No, you don't respect.
I don't understand.
You
that.
are a woman. You're the bayo. The first thing
don't
you should learn
understand.
is that once you see mommy doing something, it could be some particular spice. It could be something mommy is putting. Mommy, mommy, what do you put in daddy's meal so that it becomes nice? Mommy, why do you cook daddy's
But
meal
she
different?
doesn't taste daddy's
No,
meal.
you don't take, because Cookie, in my house, I have my plate, I have my cup, I have my sponge, I have everything. So there's everything daddy. I have my chair.
No, but I understand the chair part and all, but why do you have a separate plate and a
no,
separate
when they are
spoon?
cooking, the level of pepper I take is not what the children take. So they separate my meal and cook it different for me.
Okay, so if your daughter comes to you and says, "Oh, I saw that
You
mommy..."
can't talk to
mommy,
me.
No, if your daughter comes to you and says, "Oh, I saw mommy use a different kind of cayenne pepper to
Go and ask mommy what is using for me. I'm not the one teaching you how to cook. So the first thing is that the daughter was the one who started this nonsense.
Pastor Selassie,
And can
it
I
could
land?
be- Yes, please.
Then the number two, if you, the woman, when the daughter said it to the man now was asking herself, what could it be? Listen to the story. I took her out. We had time. And the English there was that we behave like husband and wife. Now hear me. Whatever you are angry about, you even had good sexual time according to the story. You enjoyed her. The blood you have been eating is 4 years blood. If this 4 years blood could have killed you a long time, now your child was wrong to come and tell you what she saw. Number two, your wife is you putting something inside the thing and then you follow and go and lie. I have a camera and it has caught what I say. So confess to me. The woman was, one of the biggest mistakes the woman did was to confess to this nonsense.
Okay, Pastor Selassie, I picked what he said, that it was wrong for the child to go and tell the father something. This is, I don't know what you think, but if there wasn't anything wrong with what the daughter saw, I don't think she would have gone to tell daddy.
I think that we also must open up for communication with our children. So maybe the child even, because it's a story that has been written for us.
Let me cut you a little bit. We have a health practitioner right here on the phone, Dr. Dennis Botte. He's been standing by to speak to us about the health implications of cooking your husband's food or anybody's food with your monthly menses. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us this morning.
I'm very well, and you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm sure you've been following up with the conversation.
And I greet to the panelists.
Okay, good. So what are the health implications of what this woman has done?
Well, if I get the issue right, a woman cooks food for her husband, and she adds her menses to it.
Yes. That's the story. So in the last 4 years...
It's of no effect.
Okay. No
There's
effect.
nothing medical about it. It has no health benefit at all.
Nothing at all.
The husband.
Okay.
If there's anything, I think I would rather be worried for the husband if he's consuming
That's what they say.
blood that emanates from the private parts of his wife, and just in the cooked version. But blood, as we know, can have all kinds of issues. There are dangers associated with it. There are disease conditions that can actually arise from blood. So contact with blood is something that you don't want to risk. Maybe because she thinks she cooks it, she thinks it's okay, but if it's blood in its raw state, then chances of other infections that can be transmitted to the husband is high. So for me, there's no medical benefit. If there's anything, I would rather think of dangers that can befall the husband. Unless, of course, for ritual purposes, but I don't see how that helps the husband medically.
Okay, you're a medical doctor, so you've answered from the medical perspective, but let me just pick your mind on something. Spiritually, do you think it has any connotation?
Spiritually?
Yes.
I wish I could go into that realm of spiritism. I
2
don't
minutes.
know much about
Just give me an
I can't
answer.
go into that. But it's a belief system. If it's a belief system, that is up to them. But I don't think that it has any effect.
Okay.
Medically. Spiritually, I cannot tell.
All right, Dr. Dennis Botte, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time. Okay, so that's his take.
So he said he knows there's a challenge with fresh blood.
Raw, fresh blood.
But when the blood is cooked
once
like
it's
in
cooked,
chin,
yes.
There's
nothing.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
You see, we're not.
Pastor Selassie was
he
Pastor
said
Selassie
it.
was
You're
on the
listening.
floor.
But he even categorically didn't say that. He said there are dangers with blood. Because blood
No, there are dangers with blood, but when
With
it's
raw-
cooked,
when
with
it's-
raw, he used the word raw blood. And this is not raw blood, this is cooked.
But you see, my point is that, we don't know how the woman is preparing the
She
food.
say cooks. He says
No, you see.
the letter says she cooks.
Not, you see, Chancellor, you may be eating a salad.
Do you
mixed-
eat warm food or cold food?
Sometimes food is
So they
food is
warm it in
cold.
microwave. Tell me,
But sometimes
No,
food
Chancellor,
salad.
they are
we are
dangerous.
eating the blood and we are like
They are
fresh
dangerous.
boys.
No,
Okay.
so cooking the
Get
child.
my copy.
Yes, I think that the child, may be out of ignorance. Oh, daddy, I saw mommy put something different. The child is being curious. I don't underplay what Chancellor is saying, that certain children can bring a kind of maybe confusion in the family and things. We don't downplay that. But maybe genuinely, it was just out of normal curiosity, wanting the, so God, maybe it was time for the woman to be exposed, because this cannot continue. It's as simple as that. You can't continue cooking your husband's food with menses. So maybe God was using that specific
God
time.
was in this.
Okay.
No, of course. How can you continue cooking your husband's food with menses?
Counselor.
So yes. So
No, come in.
My issue is that our children are becoming wrong materials in our relationships.
Okay.
Some of us are communicating through our children. And when you begin to have marriages that you communicate through the children, you destroy the marriage.
That I
too.
agree.
So let's be careful.
Yeah.
Because somebody says, oh, he's done the right thing. If it's not a child, what will happen? No. The child, the first thing is that you see mommy doing something. Who do you talk to?
Go
Mommy.
to mommy.
Let's correct that. You don't talk to daddy about it because you don't know what you're talking about. So that one,
because if mommy, he had told me, mommy, would this matter come out?
No, if you have told mommy in the first place, that could have been the end of mommy even doing because the child has seen it. Mommy could have explained to the girl what it is. That I put this so that it will spice the taste of this food. When you grow and you realize that your husband loves this particular meal, put this inside, and then she will caution herself. No, look, most of this they tell you nobody should see. So once she has seen, she will even stop.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time. So I want us to get to the bottom of the conversation. So this man wants to get out of this marriage. He wants a divorce. Should he go ahead?
When he says he wants a divorce, what's his low cost for the divorce?
Because he's been eating menstrual blood for 4 years, and he doesn't want to do that anymore.
No,
he finds it very despicable, and I find it the same way too. You cannot be cooking with blood or some parts of your like your poo poo or your urine or something for me to eat.
It's like eating human flesh.
Yes, no, but you've not had a taste in the food. You always lick your fingers. It's finger licking. Is it finger licking?
Pastor Selassie, do you think he should go ahead? Do you think he should go ahead with the divorce or not?
No, I think that constantly use the word local. I think that divorce will be harsh from where I come from. I think that as much as it's a very difficult situation, they've come far. The man can weigh both sides. The woman was trying to do a good thing in a bad way, I think. But like you said, you should know that you cannot use a wrong means to protect a man or a woman. No. It will automatically fail, and that's a clear example like how it has failed.
So if you cannot protect a man or hold a man down, are there things you can do in the marriage that would at least keep him sane and keep him in the house, coming back to you all the time?
Obviously.
Nothing. So let me land my own. I thought I was going to conclude before Pastor Claire.
No, it's okay.
So let's keep the woman knowing that there's nothing you can do to keep me home, but there's everything I can do to keep myself home. Your food doesn't keep me home. Your sex doesn't keep me home. Nothing keeps me home. I decide to be home. So leave me to be home. And husband and wife works like that in a marriage you go on. But you see, if like your concluding part is divorce the answer, yes. Let me say yes. Young man, don't waste time. Go and serve the woman and divorce her. Why do I say so? If this man keeps this woman, she'll regret being there.
Why?
He's going to punish the woman and put her under subjection. Some of us, the pastors, have killed a lot of women in this particular part of our world. Because we lie to them that divorce is a sin. So they stay in a wrong marriage. Right now, can I finish, man of God? Can I finish?
I agree with you.
No, let me finish, man of God.
But not in this case.
No, the man says, I can't be with you. I'm going to beat you to death. When he touches you, report him to the nearby police. Let him be arrested. Let him rather go to jail. But divorce is the leeway for the man. Once the man says, I can't, let's allow him to divorce. Now watch it here. If they don't divorce, and then they are there, every second, listen to what he's going to do. He pass here. And look at the lie. My cameras caught up. If your husband tells you there's a camera in this house, you don't know what else he has captured from the kitchen. The kitchen is the secret place of every woman. It is the place and the heaven of a woman. Why would your husband want to keep a camera there? Madam, you shouldn't wait for your husband to divorce you. Request for the divorce so you can leave and find another man. As for thinking of protecting them, see me and let me give you a better way of protection on 0277 609.
I thought you said there was nothing you could do to protect a man.
So that's what I'm saying, that you protect yourself. That's what you should see me. Protect your cookie. I still stand there that nothing. It is yourself. So come and let me tell you how to protect yourself so that it will work on the marriage. But the lie of giving 4 rounds of sex, but for him, look, there are people that they give them sex in room 7. Honey, I want to wee and come. And they go to room 8 and take 4 rounds. 0277 609 604. Young man, I support divorce. Come and let me support you for the divorce quickly before you commit suicide. So don't touch the girl. 0277 609 644. Don't go to any pastor for prayer. They will spoil the thing.
Councillor, I think that seriously, it's not going to be, the marriage is not going to be easy.
Okay.
Because the man will always live with the fact that every time.
Okay.
So I think that they need counselors, they need people with very deep spiritual insight to help them. That is if the man has, decides other way, but it's not going to be an easy marriage for them as they move on.
Okay.
And we pray that God comes through for them.
They shouldn't go for reunion because some of the pastors right now, when things happen like this, when you change your rings and exchange vows into it's a lie. Once the man say I want to
we
go,
are not saying that.
Thank you very much, Councillor Lutrot and Pastor Selassie.
Whatever you are using your husband, please keep cooking for him.
Please mute his microphone.